Velocity can feel it. Velocity have done it. 3-2. They take the grand finals and are your undisputed champions.
Shivy, he's got to do something about it. The spike is ticking, but Rafa with the triple kill to end it off. Your champions are Team Tamelas. Hey guys, and welcome back to the LG Ultragear TEC Challenges Series 4, powered by Ideapad Gaming and AMD. We have ACT as our fiber partner and AFK Gaming as our media partner. Welcome back to the second half, and this time we are going to have Slay Them With Respect go up against Velocity Gaming. My name is Apollonia. I'll be your host and caster once again, and joining me, you already know him, it is Aggressive Caster and Analyst. So I'm super excited to get straight into the action, so let's head over into the map veto screen and have a look at which maps are going to be in store for us. So Velocity Gaming, we know them so much. They were our champions in Series 1 and 2. They took a little break in Series 3 and now they are back in business for this one, Series 4. And as for Slay Them with Respect, I've seen them around, in a couple of the tournaments, but they've never made it this far into the top 8. So this is a huge deal for Slay Them With Respect. And now looking at Split, what are your initial thoughts, Aggressive?
My initial thoughts are that there must be a breach in both of their compositions because breach on split is just a roller coaster of potential because breach, the way you play him here, is going to make or break in a lot of your defensive rounds and a lot of your attacking rounds. Everything comes down to how you use his utility, and having the utility on board is going to make all of the difference. And we of course know the signature composition that Godlike brought down to the table, being the breach, the single duelist, and the cipher and Omen. This is the normal composition that most teams are going to be running, but at the same time, there are different potential lineups as well. For example, when you swap out that Sova for that raise, you have a lot of potential to going into the defensive half of split. And I'm really hoping to see that they bring these factors down to the table because that is where the real game changers are going to happen. Because them having a breach and having a raise is going to make the world of difference of how these teams play out a lot of these rounds.
Yeah, and Split is a really unique map because this is where all teams at, a much higher and more competitive level, they will ditch Sova. Sova is an agent that apparently just does not work quite right in Split. And would you like to explain why is that, Aggressive?
The reason why Sova doesn't work as much when it comes to the map of Split is because of the nature of Split. It has a lot of corners and a lot of angles where you can hide when it comes to the recon bolt. Yes, you may just clear out that one angle, but you don't get a lot of side coverages. On maps like Ascent, on maps like Haven, if you put the recon bolt in such a place, it's going to be able to clear out multiple angles, allowing you to comfortably go into a side knowing of where the enemies can be. But on the map of Split, if you put the arrow anywhere on the map, there are like 5 other different angles where a person can sit in. So Sova doesn't really get a lot of value. Yes, the 100 Sphere is good. Yes, the shock darts are good. But the core nature of Sova is to get some easier lineups so that you can exit really quickly, go into a different position, and then use your utility to back up your team. But on the map of Split, it's not that easy. It's a lot more difficult, and other characters have an easier time and a much more bigger impact in comparison to Sova.
Indeed. So, Slay Them With Respect, we've only saw them one time before. They did take the win, and that is how they have maintained their way in the upper bracket, and now they're in the quarterfinals. Now they are up against Velocity Gaming, and that is going to be a tough feat. Am I going to believe that, they might pull out something out of the bag? I am waiting for surprises. And this tournament, we have seen underdogs just make it so far. And, VLT, they're back in business. They also have kind of tuned themselves, and we can see that they're very much ready with this composition. And you're right, aggressive. There is the breach and the raise. Excali is going to be on that raise. Amaterasu, the IGL, he is on that pick. Very popular. And we're taking a look at Slay Them With Respect. They do have a similar composition, except that they are not going to run the jet. And it's going to be arena. So we're going to expect mindless aggression, mindless killing. And if you could give some words of advice to Slay Them With Respect on how to approach this game against a team that is just so rich with experience and success in competitive Valorant, what would that be?
I would say first of all, do not be scared of VLT, because of course Velocity, it's one of those teams, like, if I can tell you that do not be scared of them, but when you see their track record, of course you are going to be quaking in your boots. But you have one distinct advantage in comparison to Velocity. You have an extra flasher on your team, being that Reina, being able to use the eye to completely block off not only vision but sound as well. And using that to your advantage should, in theory, give you the edge over Velocity if you play your cards right, but it's all down to the execution of and how you approach every single fight.
Indeed, and now we are going to start with the first round. It is the pistols, all about the accuracy. Slay Them With Respect, starting on the side of defense, and Velocity Gaming on the side of attack. We can see that the only differing factor between both the team compositions is the choice of duelists, meaning the Reyna for Slay Them With Respect and the Jet for Velocity Gaming. We understand why, Antidote on that Jet, that is his signature. He is the oppo of the team as well. But right now, it's all about the pistols. And this will ultimately set the team with a lot of good pace if they do take this for themselves. It might help in the second round. So, just a general rule of thumb, if you get the first round, you're good to go. But this is going to be Nepu. He's in the mid area, and Appa's going to pick up the first kill. Joven finds one, but Excali and Hellfighter, they're going to return it. And Love is going to step in and take out Amaterasu. Slay Them With Respect with the one-man advantage. Hellfighter is going to fall to Bon F, and it's all down to right to Ace. Technically the Sova main, but on split, he is going to bring out that Omen, and I'd love to see it. That is going to be the dark cover coming out. He wants to go for the plant. We do see a response, and right to Ace picks up a kill onto Bon F. He is going to go for the teleport right to Ace. Is he gonna make it? He reaches up in the corner. Only 5 seconds left. He comes down. He's trying to plant, but there's no more time. Right to Ace. He picks up 1 kill. He's still alive, and he gets the next one right to Ace. He didn't get the plant off, but that is 3 kills, and the round still goes to Slay Them With Respect.
That all came down to one singular fact, is the Reina didn't use her blind. If the blind was not available for the side of Slay Them With Respect, Right to Ace would have been named the Right to Clutch once again. Because that was just a play coming out from the side of Love. He was able to set it all up, and this was such a close round for the side of Slay Them With Respect. They are probably just wiping the sweat off their brows because of how close it was to them getting this round. But still, very nicely played from the side of both teams. Right to Ace not being able to clutch it out, but still does a lot in his favor. And it's gonna be a heavy push going down onto this A side, ladies and gentlemen. They're running in fast and they're pushing it hard. As Velocity, they have already taken side control on their eco round.
Who and Appa, last 2 members standing on the side of Slay Them With Respect. They're moving in. This is the investment from the previous round where, but it seems like Velocity Gaming might just get a thrifty round. Now Nepu's gonna throw out that seismic blast, and Velocity Gaming just swarms them. Thrifty round for Velocity, and Slay Them With Respect, they might just suffer here quite a bit. They did invest in those Spectres, considering that, they did win the first round, but Velocity Gaming, they just came in. They showed their dominance. They took out Juven, who was initially defending the A site. He did take out Antidote, but it wasn't quite enough. And, when it comes to Velocity and their attacking style, they can be very aggressive. They're not so much on the passive side, like most teams that we have seen. So, you know, when you go up against Velocity, you just gotta stay on your toes, you gotta be ready, and you have to be unpredictable. That's gonna be right to Ace finding the first kill of this round.
Him finding that first kill, and the round's going 1-1. Both teams don't really have a lot of guns to work with, and Velocity choosing to stay with the guns they had before, and they're going to be putting in work with the guns that they did have. Right to Ace does get tagged down to very low HP, but it's gonna be Excali coming in as the cavalry. He goes in for the spray, takes out Bond Death, and Amaterasu is able to take out his own clone, being Nepu, and a well executed round coming out from the side of Velocity, taking the fight straight to the enemies, not going for the long range battles, and using all of the potential that they had in their own guns, making Right to Ace stay near that B side push so that he can get some form of a value out of his side. All of the plays and all of the rotations did work well.
Yeah, slay them with respect. They gotta be a little bit mindful to watch their backs, because if Velocity Gaming slips through the cracks, they are gonna loop around and kill you. They smell blood. They will hunt you down. And it's almost like the attackers got a taste of what slay them with respect is all about. Hopefully these defenders, they can read into the movements of their attackers and try to act accordingly. Now, 3 defenders on the side of B. Love is going to take out Hellfighter, which is a great advantage for Slay Them with respect. Off to a good start, Velocity Gaming. They are just going to pull it back. Amaterasu has the spike in hand, taking a little bit of a chill pill there in B main. But we do see the Reyna sneaking into attacker side spawn. He's about to make himself very much known. If he plays his cards right, this could be a round for the defenders.
This could be around for the defenders, but Antidote, he's slowly creeping his way down from that B heaven side. And he's going to be making it in quite soon. And Nepu, he's not even going to be going for the peaks just yet, but noise has already been made. Love and Bondab, they take 1 kill each, but Antidote answers back with his own. He answers back with a 2 kill for his side. He knows that one is Garage, but Nepu, he takes a peek from the heaven angle, being able to take out Antidote coming in from the side. Right to Ace being the last member remaining is not going to be able to take it away. And it's going to be even Stevens on the board once again. 2-2, and slay them with respect. They're going in blow for blow against Velocity.
And this is what we were talking about. Slay them with respect. They've got to counter aggression with aggression. And the fact that Love kind of pushed out of the A side, made the loop around, that was a very good choice. But they have to keep in mind that they cannot do the same thing over and over again, because Velocity Gaming, they are clever to keep that in mind and use that against you. Now we see all of Velocity crowding around. They are ready for a push onto the A site. Slay them with respect. They gotta stick together and work as a team. Now with 2-2 tie on the scoreboard, it is going to be really interesting to see who's going to take this next round. If Velocity doesn't, they might potentially fall behind in economy, but Excali, he finds a kill with the showstopper Bond F. Gonna get that return kill, and the spike has been planted. Slay them with respect, not exactly healthy, but Appa, he finds a kill onto Hellfighter, and it's a 3v3. Velocity Gaming, they still technically have the upper hand. You gotta watch out for their raw aim, solely because this team has single-handedly been able to get that championship title twice. And now that our previous champions in Series 3 have been knocked out, Velocity Gaming are technically the next in line, the huge juggernauts, the final boss. But that actually leaves Amaterasu as the last man standing. Slay them with respect. They are doing this one step at a time. Bondaf falls, but he has the information. It's just breach to breach. Nothing personal, and the spike might just blow. So slay them with respect. They're gonna pull out, and it's a clutch. The spike does take out Amaterasu there, but that was a really close round. And to see that Slay Them with Respect can go so head-to-head with Velocity Gaming, I think this is cause for an interesting map number 1.
They're able to take the fight straight to Velocity, but at the same time, when you look at a player like Amaterasu using all of his ability, he's not afraid to use his ultimate to take away one round. He knows that he's in a 1v2, but he does not opt to hold on to his ultimate because he wants a round advantage. This is an extremely important factor that a lot of players do not understand, just that even on the highest tiers of play, that it's really important to cycle your ultimates, and that is what Amaterasu did. He knows for a fact he's gonna get a lot of kills, he's gonna get the orbs, and he's gonna get his ult back once again. But just as I say it, and I'm talking through with this, it's already gonna be Velocity pushing in down onto this A side once more, getting those 2 kills off. This is of course the eco round for the side of Slayton with respect. So they're going to be standing up pretty for just a little while longer. But this is a huge stack on this CT side. They're all waiting out in their spawn, trying to see what they can find. But at the same time, Slayton with respect, with just some sheriffs, they need to try and go in for a play or just go in for a flank at the bare minimum to catch Velocity off guard.
I'll slay them with respect. The spike has been planted, but it seems like they might not go for the push. I think they should try it out. It is an eco round. Appa, he does have the neural theft. But they're gonna sit this one out. Bondev does have the Vandal as well, so he's going to want to save that. And the spike is about to go boom. All of Velocity Gaming, they are going to be safe. And this is another round for Velocity to take. 2 rounds in the lead, showing their dominance right off the bat. And this is a best of 3, so slay them with respect. They will have a little bit of time to kind of figure out, you know, the style and the plans of Velocity Gaming, but we have to be very frank that Amaterasu as an IGL, he has proven time and time again through the gameplay of Velocity Gaming, showing that he's very quick to come up with new ideas and change it up and direct his team. And I think, you know, if slay them with respect, if their IGL can do the exact same thing, they could go head to head. Not forgetting, you know, the pure mechanical skill. I do think slay them with respect has what it takes. They just gotta have that confidence. They've already secured 2 rounds, and it's looking pretty good. Love right up there with 4 kills. Let's see what they can pack in.
I think Skelly, though, he's going to be rushing down onto this B side. Hellfighter opens it up, but his clone is able to take it out. But Excali, he's answers back onto Appa. Amaterasu coming in from the heaven side as well, is able to take out another one onto Love. And it's going to be 2 more members. Nepu, though, is able to answer back onto Amaterasu. Excali being only 3 HP to his side as a rolling thunder does come out from the side of Nepu. Side has been stormed into, but Antidote, he's able to take him out. Antidote, he's able to take out one onto Juve, but he's gonna leave it in a 1v1 situation. It's gonna be Nepu versus Excali, but I don't think Nepu is none the wiser. And Excali with the flick headshot and a 3 HP clutch to his name is able to close out the round for Velocity. That is where the mechanical dominance is showing.
The pure composure on Excali, being hit by that rolling thunder, whipping out that dagger just to ensure that he has a little bit more movement speed, and then playing ring around the rosies. Listening to audio cues of Nepu. Nepu was looking in the right direction, but Excali's just too quick, puts that bullet right into his head. That is absolutely impressive. A minute outplay like that can cost you everything. And now Velocity Gaming sitting very comfortably with 5 rounds for themselves.
They're looking extremely scary, and with that 1 round away and Excali pulling off something like that, it's gonna hurt the morale of Slay Them with respect even further. And when morale is down, that's when it's gonna hurt the most. But Appa and Pontef with those sheriffs, they are looking strong, but Hellfighter shuts them off real fast. But Love, he chants in with his own headshot with the Vandal. He gets another one on the Hellfighter. He's cleaning up the entirety of the side, but Amaterasu, he has something else to say about it, but his own clone comes in from the back angle to clean him up as well. And blow for blow trades are coming out for the both sides. Slay Them with respect. 3 rounds on the board. They're able to upgrade their guns. And they won that eco round, so their economy is going to be looking good. But Velocity, they have that win streak in their favor, so it's going to alleviate some of the pressure. But this round is where it counts. If Velocity lose this, their economy is going to take a huge hit.
And slay them with respect. They're pulling it back. What is really cool is that, you know, there was a time where many teams couldn't even come close to Velocity Gaming. But as, you know, the scene kind of simmered down, the meta has been formed, and more players kind of have a better understanding of how Valorant works. We do see that Velocity are going up against teams that are more aware on how to take them down. And we can see here, slay them with respect with 3 rounds. It used to be stompings, but you know, Velocity Gaming, they always manage to stay a step ahead. Now, slay them with respect. The stage is set for them. You know, there is huge expectations and pressure on Velocity Gaming. Slay them with respect. If they can exceed that, it will be an upset, but it's gonna be pretty cool, and I hope that it still remains relatively close. Now, looking at both sides, 3 ultimates are very much ready, and let's see which team is able to utilize their ultimates, go for a good and big play. just to get the advantage, and Amaterasu's gonna take Love out. 4v5 situation, Velocity Gaming. They are ready for the A side. They're about to attack. Juven is here. He's waiting for them, but Hellfire is just too quick. And it's down to a 3v5, 3v4. It's a 2v4. Slay them with respect. They are falling one by one. Right to Waste is going to secure the plant. This is Bond F, 2 satchels, but Amaterasu is going to put a bullet right through his head. And that is Velocity Gaming with the 3-round lead.
This just shows how much dominance Velocity has when it comes to the complete map control department. They took control of vents, and from there they can literally go anywhere that they want. They can go into A, they can wrap around from ACT straight onto B. They have all the control in the world. And Love, I understand the idea of trying to hold vents alone, but knowing for a fact that it is Velocity, they will always have 2 members. They are never that type of team who's going to be going into a lot of situations solo. So the way that they're going to be playing it, they're going to be stacking up, they're going to be playing as a team, and they're going to be taking as much control away from you as possible while staying safe themselves, even if they know for a fact that they're much more mechanically dominant. But here on the side, it's going to be Bondef getting a kill onto Excali with the well-placed headshot, and Appa, he makes the push, but right to Ace, he's way too quick on that shot. But Bondef, he takes 2 kills for the side, he takes a third onto right to Ace, coming out of that garage angle, leaving only Antidote and Hellfire in a 2 versus 4 scenario.
Now Slay them with respect. They might get this one in the bag. Hellfighter and Antidote. Let's see if they're gonna clutch it out, because this is something that they are pretty used to. Bondaf, he does get the 4K, but Antidote takes him out. Down to 17 HP. He finds another kill, but Love is ready to stop him in his tracks. Slay them with respect. They managed to get their 4th round. And Velocity Gaming, they came in there in that round, breaking through mid and going up to B tower, picking up all these frags, picking up 1 frag, and Slay them with respect. They held their own. They understood that Velocity Gaming can be very aggressive, and when they are, they usually come as a pack. They don't exactly spread out, and that is where I think Slay them with respect has kind of realized the loophole in Velocity's plan of attack. So, you know, if I could, I would suggest that, you know, Velocity, they do have that kind of firepower where they can spread themselves out. Go to B main, go to A lobby, go to the mid area, challenge, go for these gun duels, get a pick off, and you can progress with your strategy. So, you know, for Slay them with respect, you gotta give them props for picking up that round. But Velocity Gaming, they're still very much dominant.
And Slay them with respect, they are adopting just the strategy that you did say. They're playing in a much more defensive manner, knowing for a fact that Velocity loves to stack up, and Juve, him taking that play, is able to get back out in that situation. And Love, he takes 1 headshot off. But Antidote, he's able to answer it back onto Juve. Knows exactly where Antidote is as of right now. But this is probably going to be a take. Going onto that B side, slowly moving forward, is going to be Antidote. Right to Ace, and Matarasu sitting up on that heaven side. Juve trying to set up his teammates as much as he can. But Love, he takes that peek. He's able to take out Matarasu and use the dismiss right in time to get away in that situation. But gets tagged down to below HP. He needs to try and get into the side. And it's going to be a plant, hopefully, in the back corner. Right to Ace is able to watch Antidote's back at the bare minimum, leaving it into a 2 versus 3 scenario. But right to Ace, he's so low at HP. If they try to go in for this plant, or any one of these satchel packs can just end him in a matter of seconds.
Now Antidote transferring the spike over to right to Ace, and he tries to get a kill, but Appa's too quick, and Bondef's gonna shoot a bullet right through the Omen's head, and that is Slay them with respect, inching their way closer to Velocity Gaming on the scoreboard. Now we have the last round before the swap. Velocity Gaming, if they take this, they will maintain that 2-round lead. And you know, in competitive gameplay, a 2-round lead is a very nice, it's a very nice gap to have over your team. But if Slay them with respect takes it, that is insane, because ultimately in the first half they managed to reach a tie. I will say though that Split kind of strikes me as a map that is more defense favored, and you know, Slay them with respect, they're doing really well here on the side of defense. Velocity Gaming extremely good on the side of attack as well. So you know, the second half is going to be juicier, but let's catch the action here. Love is going to find Excali and Amateras to get a little bit of revenge. Not too happy about taking out his duelist. Now right to Ace, he has the dark cover, just going to lay it out, set that to roll up for his team. Juven moving in
Oh
to
no.
A main and A site. He finds the IGL, but Hellfighter just returns the kill so quick, and that is the beauty of Velocity Gaming being able to trade kills. Now, slay them with respect. They have been doing this as well. It's down to a 3v3, and who is going to come out on top is going to be the three members that ultimately have the better synergy. Now Antidote just chilling up here on Heaven. He's gonna spot one. Bondap goes down. Appa returns the kill, and right away he's gonna take out Nepu. It's just one player left. It's Appa. He fires away, but Hellfighter takes him out. We end off the first half in map 1 with 7-5 in favor of Velocity Gaming.
I love the fact of how Velocity played this round, sending one member outside of B to make sure they hold off any sort of a rotation play that could come out, any sort of a flank that could come out from the side of Slay Them with respect, while simultaneously sending the members through A. And that's exactly what you said before, spreading out your manpower, going in for the lurks, going in for the different types of play that we know for a fact that Velocity can make if they send their members out in different directions. They took the advantage of their firepower and then took the fight straight to Slay Them with respect. And at the same time, I have to give it to Slay Them with respect as well. They were able to hold strong, but when Velocity is rushing down into a site and you're going to be playing for a retake, you need to try and go into the site on your own. Like, go into the site together as a team, sorry. And then you can actually succeed. We have seen them do this over and over again when it came to the retake situations, and they were able to find it. But this time around, I think that the pressure got to them a bit too much, this being the last round, and they kind of got flustered.
Slay them with respect. They've got a lot of work to do, specifically because attack is not really easy to pull off. It requires an immense amount of coordination. Now, slay them with respect. They have broken through mid, and they're gonna hit through Vents. Hopefully to take over the A site. Now right to Ace, he's standing guard, very much ready. He has an idea, he's just gonna pull it back. Spots one, fires away, and he's gonna relay that information. Amaterasu gonna let out a fault line. Right to Ace, dishing out the dark cover. Amaterasu and Antidote, they both find the kill. Love gets one for himself, but there's a lot more for Slay Them with respect to do. Excali on a tick of health has one satchel pack, not sure how he's gonna make do with whatever he has. Amaterasu, 13 HP. Slay Them with respect, looking particularly strong here in this pistol round of the second half. And now that the spike has been planted, right to Ace is onto site. Nepu and Love, they both pick up a kill, and that's gonna be a third kill for Love as he fires away, and Nepu wraps that up. Slay Them with respect, coming in hot and heavy, showing Velocity Gaming that they are going to win the pistol round once again.
The rotation plays coming out from Slay Them with respect is just so
yeah.
beautiful. They know exactly how Velocity are gonna be moving. They did their homework. They played. I'm pretty sure they stayed up the entire night, put up an entire whiteboard, and was like, "Okay, boys, this is how you do it. This is how Velocity moves, and we gotta hold this position, and this position." One standing on the back corner of the B side, one standing near the elbow, and another one standing in front of elbow, so that even if the elbow person dies, the person behind the pillar can immediately take the peek. And of course, Juve coming in with a massive flank from the back, relaying all of this information to his teammates, allowed such a good play to come out from the side of Slay Them with respect. And it's gonna be Bondev getting that first kill with the boom bot. Juve answers back with another one on Excali as well. It's gonna be Antidote with the shotgun, but Nepo with the Spectre is just a bit too strong. Love being able to take out Amaterasu as well, leaving just lonely little Hellfighter going in for the kill. But this lonely little Cypher, he has a lot of fight in him. He takes a 3K for his side. He's trying to clutch it all out, but with only 34 HP remaining, this is going to be extremely difficult. Fault line has been used as well from the side of Nepu. He's going to be taking the peak fights, and Nepu comes out on top with the spray battle. 7-7 on the scoreline for the side of both teams. Even Stevens is the game, but now is where it really matters, because this is going to be the buy round for Velocity.
Slay Them with respect. They took the first 2 rounds here in the second half for themselves, bring it even, and that is ultimately what they want. Now, what is going to matter is this next round that we're going into with the full buys. That is usually where, you know, you can kind of test and see how both the teams are going to do on their specific sides. But props to Slay Them with respect to be able to go head-to-head with Velocity Gaming. And this tournament, this Challenger Series 4, has been filled with surprises. We've seen so many underdogs, and Slay Them With Respect probably must be thinking that, hey, we could do it too. And the fact that they're meeting Velocity Gaming here, that is exactly what they're gonna attempt. Now, 1-for-1 trade is still anybody's game here, and winning this round ultimately puts your economy in an extremely good spot.
Them winning this round is going to be the deciding factor for the side of Velocity. If they lose this one round, it's going to change the entire momentum of this game. But it's going to be Hellfighter, though, answering back from his side as well. Two members have gone down from the side of Slay Them With Respect, but the A side is now completely opened up. Got an amazing fall line coming out from the side of Amaterasu, giving the right to Ace the position he needed and the advantage he needed to get those 2 kills off it. It's just going to leave little old Juve being on this Omen to try and get a kill, to try and even things out just a little bit, but opting for a save would be actually the better play because your economy has taken such a big hit. And if you lose this gun, you're all forced onto an eco round.
Last man standing, that's going to be Juven, but there's not much time. All of Velocity, they are guarding that spike, and it seems like time is going to run out, but
10 seconds
Velocity
left.
Gaming coming back here with the full buys, they definitely showed Slay Them With Respect that, you know, the scoreline doesn't matter. We are still going to do what we have to do to try and get these rounds, to try and get this win. And that's going to be the 1 round lead over Slay Them With Respect. Now, I do feel that the attackers would have to put in extra work when it comes to rotations, creating ruckus on one side of the map. They have to use all of their utility to ultimately try and get that advantage. Now, looking at the fact that they have that Reyna and the Breach, they could easily initiate entry frag, go into spots, and force Velocity Gaming out. So, you know, with a little bit of planning, that should be easily doable. The spike is going to be in a safe spot, and that is going to be Slay Them With Respect. This time, taking a different approach, spread out Juven here with the Sheriff in hand, and it might be just a little bit of not an ego, okay? Some of the members of Slay Them With Respect does have full guns. Now, Love getting the first kill. Antidote's gonna sneak behind, and that is a huge mistake. This is where they're gonna get outsmarted, and Antidote picking up that double kill is just absolutely nuts because Slay Them With Respect, 2-man down. They've got to try and attack. Juven, though, making that Sheriff, putting it to good use, gets the headshot onto Amaterasu. It's down to this 3v3. And now it's a 2v3 as Hellfighter takes out Bond F. The spike is making its way over to the B site. Amaterasu, sorry, it is Hellfighter. And he's gonna pick up a triple onto Juven and Nepu. Oh my goodness, that is nuts.
That was so well played from the side of Antidote. The way he waited it out, even though right to Ace died, he just let the two of them walk right past. He slowly creeped on forward, then taking an angle on both of them before taking the shot off. He waited it out, took his time, took his shots, and made it count. That is what you should always do. In these high-pressure scenarios, you should not ever get flustered of what to do next. Just play it slowly. Take time to aim. You don't need to be fast. You just need to be accurate. And Antidote, using those words too hard, was able to take those 2 kills off and just put Slay Them With Respect in such a situation, being like, okay, boys, what do we actually do now? Because Velocity, they're in a different group and they're playing with their lives. For example, the way that Right to Ace played it, he made sure that every single bit of attention would be going on to him. That he didn't even try to take Heaven Control, and that is where it's gonna be hurting the most. But Juve, this time around, he's not making the same mistake. Does take the Heaven Control, but Excali, he comes in from the back end from sewers, and he cleans up Juve from the side. The spike, though, has gone down, taking it to a 4v4 situation. And the entirety of Slay Them With Respect, they're gonna get swarmed into.
Now the spike has been planted, and 2-for-2 trade, but Amaterasu is going to come out on top. He is going to clutch that out for the boys, and that is going to be Velocity Gaming with double digits over Slay Them With Respect. And you know, in regards to Split as a map, we can see that defense, it's definitely more defense favored because Velocity Gaming is having much more a ball of a time here. Definitely we see the ease in them. They're able to pick up these kills. They know exactly how to execute their strategy on the side of defense. And slay them with respect. They are struggling a little bit there on the side of attack. Still a very good performance. Love and Nepu definitely putting in the work as well. But Velocity Gaming, they are really strong. They got the walls up. They are gonna hold it down.
One thing that I'm not really liking personally when it comes to Slay Them With Respect is the way they hold their post-plan scenarios. It seems as though when it comes to the post-plan, they're just absolutely lost of how they're going to be doing it. They rush down into a side, they're trying to hold down the same angle by clutching up multiple different members. And here again, on this round, one more time, we're going to be seeing them try to break through this mid side, even though they lost one member to an operator, no smokes coming out as well. Doing this over and over again against a team like Velocity, trying to brute force your way through their defenses is never going to work out. Velocity is such a team that if you try to brute force them, they're gonna just out-aim you, out-duel you, and outsmart you in every single situation. So you need to play in such a manner that Velocity doesn't expect. And Slay Them With Respect, they're getting punished just for that.
Oh, and Excali getting that last kill with the flash assist from Amaterasu. Really brilliant. And one of the minor details on what makes a really strong team is the ability to use all of your skills as like a wombo combo with your teammates. To be able to plan that, the most basic that we have seen time and time again is when a breach flashes and a jet dashes. So, you know, there's many combinations you can get creative. That's going to be right to Ace, finding the headshot onto Appa. And the dark cover placed out there. Mid is not going to be an area that they're going to move into. I do feel that Slay Them With Respect, they could play a little bit passive, but stay on their toes. Expect that Velocity Gaming is going to push up to them, and that is going to be the second kill for right to Ace. This time, he's going to take the pressure off of his team. Amaterasu, Rolling Thunder is available. Everything is available. He does have only one flash left. He drops the fault line. Hellfighter's going to pick up one. Bond F gets the return with the nade. Beautifully done. Bond F finds the kill, and he's out of bullets. Amaterasu's going to wrap that up, and that is match point for Velocity Gaming here on map 1.
Match point.
This is the match point, ladies and gentlemen, and Slay Them With Respect. They're trying their hardest, but it feels as though they have lost their composure. They have lost their strat book, and they don't know how to counteract the force that is Velocity. That is why you need to close out a lot of these matches really quickly against Velocity, because they're a team that just get better the more and more they play. And this is where it's going to be hurting the most. This is match point, ladies and gentlemen, for the side of Velocity Gaming. And they're looking to close it out, but Slay Them With Respect. They have a vendetta, but will they be able to come out on top is the real question.
Excali finding the kill with the showstopper, and Appa's he gets the return. And Velocity Gaming, they could look to close this out, but Juven and Appa, they're gonna step up. The time is now indeed. They will need a 5-round consecutive win to still contest this map. Number one, you don't want to put all of your hard work two ways. Hellfighter gets tagged with the paranoia. Antidote's gonna shove a blade right into Juven. Hellfighter, he's gonna get one. Might fight two, and that is the second. Now the last man standing is Nepu on the side of Slay Them With Respect. Hellfighter's gonna drop that neural theft. This looks almost impossible for the attacker, and Antidote ends that off. This is map number 1 going in favor of Velocity Gaming here in the upper bracket of the quarterfinals.
Very convincing fashion, I would say, for the side of Velocity. It was a bit of a rocky start for them in the very beginning, like them trading blow for blow with Slay Them With Respect. But it seems like as more time passed, Velocity remained their composure, and they made sure that, okay, nothing's going to happen to us. Let's just keep on playing, and we can completely break down what they're gonna what Slay Them With Respect is actually bringing down to the table. And this cipher was so amazing. Hellfighter going on a 26 going down to 26 kills, being on top of the scoreboard, and the next one just being 17 just goes to show what kind of a presence he had on this cipher and how he held down a site alone, allowing his teammates to come in and help him out.
Indeed, let's head over to Relive the Moment, brought to you by Ideapad Gaming 3 notebook, powered by 4000 series Ryzen processors, perfect for gaming and multitasking. And we're going to talk more about what went down in map number 1 between Slay Them With Respect and Velocity Gaming. Now, starting with Slay Them With Respect, I do feel that Love played exceptionally well. He did appear second on the scoreboard. He was there for the frags, but unfortunately, it was really tough for the whole team of Slay Them With Respect to kind of figure out how to attack against Velocity Gaming. So we started off in the first half where Velocity was on the attack side. It was really well done. Slay Them With Respect managed to get 5 rounds, but the moment Velocity was on the side of defense, that was where it got a little bit more tricky. And it's the way that Split is designed. So Velocity Gaming being able to capitalize on the side of defense, closing the game out, and breaking in those 13 rounds. It just goes to show that Velocity Gaming, they still got game. They come back here in Series 4. They're very much ready for war. But this is not the end for Slay Them With Respect. Now, we can still move into map 2. And hopefully, Slay Them With Respect can surprise us. But ultimately, congratulations to Velocity Gaming for this map number 1. What are your thoughts after this first map here, Aggressive?
My first thoughts is that Velocity is like, I see head, I shoot. That is literally what the Velocity mindset is, and the way they do just that, their strategies, their executions are just so pinpoint perfect. But say them with respect, the thing that I would say to you guys, the advice that I would give is to have more confidence in your mechanical capabilities, because in a lot of these situations I see a lot of hesitation in comparison to the side of Velocity. They're not hesitant on taking a lot of these picks. Yes, Love was very confident in his mechanical capabilities, but the other members, they were kind of scared. They were playing it a lot more slower and not really following plans, second down themselves in a lot of the attacking halves. And one more thing that I would say is try to take map control. You have seen how Velocity plays their maps when it comes in the attacking half. They took map control and then took the fight to you by cornering you and pinning you against the wall. And Slay Them With Respect just did not do that, and that is what hurt them the most in comparison to anything else, because they played it so safe and played it so stacked up without taking any form of map control that Hellfighter, Amaterasu, they were able to use all of their utilities and their aiming capabilities to instantly take them out.
All right, so congratulations once again to Velocity Gaming for taking map number 1. But don't go anywhere, guys. Coming up, we have map number 2. But first, I'd like to let all of you know that we have a massive sale on LG monitors, and you guys should follow our socials. Links are in the description, so you get updates whenever we have anything specific to talk about the tournament. And remember to like and subscribe. Do click that bell icon so you get notifications whenever we are live. You don't want to miss out on the action. Do let us know in chat as well which team you are supporting. So without further ado, we're gonna prep for map number 2. Stick around for Slay Them With Respect versus Velocity Gaming.
Velocity can feel it. Velocity have done it. 3-2. They take the grand finals and are your undisputed champions.
Shivy, he's got to do something about it. The spike is ticking, but Rappa with the triple kill to end it off. Your champions are Team Tamelas. Hey guys, and welcome back to the LG Ultragear TEC Challenges Series 4, powered by Ideapad Gaming and AMD. We have ACT as our fiber partner and AFK Gaming as our media partner. We're back with map number 2. It is going to be between Slay Them With Respect and Velocity Gaming. So we all know that Velocity took map 1. Let's head over into the map veto screen and have a look at which maps are up for us to watch. So aggressive, looking back at map 1, we saw a few mistakes in which Slay Them With Respect kind of did, but overall I still felt that they have what it takes to take it very far. But Velocity Gaming did just look so well versed in every aspect of what makes a strong team. Now here on Ascent, what do you think we can expect? What are your thoughts?
Ascent is a map where it matters. Like, it's a map where a much more emphasis is put on mechanical capabilities instead of the macro capabilities, because Ascent is the one of those maps, like when you have mid control, you pretty much have the entirety of the map to yourself. So it all comes down to the utility usage and the aim duels. And if it's hard to say this at the same time, because you can't just say that it's all about aim duels when it comes to the game of Valorant. But when teams are going up, when a team is going up against a team of Velocity's caliber, it's going to be even more difficult, and the scale discrepancy is going to be showing even further, because Ascent on this map, you need to be mechanically talented and you need to be mechanically sound as well, because going up against each other at such long ranges, whoever gets that first headshot is going to be the winner, or who can control their spray better. Even if you have a lot of utility on your side, if you're not able to hit those shots, it's going to make it harder on this map.
Oh yeah, indeed. And Ascent, it has a lot of long range, so you can whip out those ops, you can play with it. It looks like both the teams are ready. We can head it straight into game. Velocity Gaming this time gonna be on the side of defense and Slay Them With Respect, starting out on the side of attack. Now, unlike Split, which we saw in map 1, Split feels very defense favored. Now, for Ascent, in the earlier series, we felt that, hey, Ascent is a very defense favorite map, but we have seen teams time and time again, and I believe that Velocity Gaming is one of those teams that kind of shows that, attack is a side in which you can excel at. You just gotta put in a lot of rotations. Now, Slay Them With Respect, hopefully we get to see this come out from them. Hellfighter here with a very sneaky spy cam position. He is gonna get all the info coming through B main. And we do see all the players gathered up from the side of Slay Them With Respect. They are thinking of a way to make it through. But Hellfighter being able to get all this info, we do see the rotations coming in from Velocity Gaming. And here it is. Excali is going to get a headshot onto Vaughn and immediately goes down. And that's a 2-for-2 trade. 2 members left extremely low on the side of Slay Them With Respect. It doesn't look very bright for the attackers, but Love is going to take out Hellfighter. And right to Ace finds a double kill with the shock dart. He is back on that Sova, and we are glad to see it. And Antidote with the Frenzy is going to wrap that up. First round goes over to the side of Velocity Gaming, and that shock dart double kill, that ultimately kind of saved it in a sense.
That kill should not have happened, especially teams are doing this constantly when they're facing a Sova, never planned in default scenarios. And right to ace, when there's a experienced Sova on the enemy team, he's always gonna throw shock darts on those angles, and you should never ever play those rounds like that when you are facing a high caliber Sova such as right to ace. Always plant at a different spot entirely. Always plant in an unconventional spot where you can still have your teammates hold while you are in a safe position. All these factors do come into play, but Velocity taking that first round is going to is going to shift the momentum quite a bit because Velocity, they have taken mid control for their side. It's going to be Antidote spotting out the first one being Appa, but immediately the entire cavalry is going to be coming in from the A short angle trying to hunt them down. They want that Spectre really badly, but Antidote, he made his bite up a bit more than he could chew, but Amaterasu, he comes in as a backup to take out one. Antidote comes in from the side as well to take out Bondef as well, and Nepu, he's trying to do what he can, but Amaterasu jumping down from the heavens is able to clean up Nepu with a well-placed headshot and a convincing eco round for the side. Convincing anti-eco round for the side of Velocity.
Velocity Gaming with the 2-round lead looking very comfortable on the side of defense. But now it is going to be the full buys. This is a chance for Slay Them with Respect to utilize their newly bought guns. Let's pull up the scoreboard, have a look at what is happening, and there you see Velocity are going to carry the Spectres from the previous round. So Slay Them with Respect, they should have stronger firepower, but they've got to coordinate. There's Antidote with a very aggressive stance. He's going to push up into mid-court, into mid-link. And Amaterasu, he has a hunch. He lets out the flash, and we're not too sure he's going to be able to find the kill. But Hellfighter goes down. He was under Raptors, and Amaterasu loses his life as well. Slay Them with Respect. A very quick attack onto the A site, which was unsuspecting. Right to ace. You cannot do this again. He gets another shock dart kill, and Slay Them with Respect in post-plant positions. I do kind of like it. They got to stay on their toes. Excali, he is going to be the one to take a peek. He finds Nepu with the help of the recon and swaps out the gun for this Vandal, finds Love, and Slay Them with Respect are down to 2 members. They could play it out, play with time, have the composure to do so. 1-for-1 trade, and Antidote is gonna defend the life out of Excali. And is this defuse gonna go off in perfect time? 3 seconds to spare. Velocity Gaming, they're gonna maintain the lead, stopping Slay Them with Respect to get a round for themselves as of now.
The post-plant scenarios, again, it leaves something to be desired. For when Slay Them with Respect go into this post-plant, they're playing it extremely scared. I do understand that you're going in for a plant onto generator, going in from that long side, but you know for a fact, again, it is going to be right to ace on the Sova. He of course has a lineup for these post plants, and when you are in that kind of a situation, you cannot do that, just as you said before, especially against this team, and it's gonna get even harder if they continue it. Again, this is gonna be Slay Them with Respect going into another eco round for their side. 3 rounds on the board for the side of Velocity, but Appa, he spots out one, but the shots do not connect, and Appa, that is gonna be a huge blow for the side of Slay Them with Respect, and bodies are dropping in left, right, and center, and probably a team ace coming out, but Hellfighter, he takes that kill off onto Nepu from the side, and it's gonna be a flawless round for the side of Velocity.
Alright, Slay Them with Respect, it was an eco round, and now they have to do what it takes to secure this one, especially now that they have gone for the investment as well. I will like to point out that Hellfighter, being the latest addition to the Velocity Gaming roster, has really worked out for them. Hellfighter, he may have 2 kills now, but remember in map 1, he was at the top of the board. And as a Cypher, that is really impressive. He is there to kind of fill the shoes of Vibor for now. And Hellfighter definitely proving that, hey, he is going to be a perfect part of Velocity Gaming. No problems here. He's gelling well. He's synergizing well. And, you know, he could be here to stay. Now, Love, he is on the catwalk, moving into A short. The Cypher Cage just blocking his vision, but Excali is right around the corner. He's gonna win the duel. Hellfighter quick to return the kill, but Bond F is there to back his buddy up. And now he's gonna pop the run it back. just to check the area, and this will allow an opportunity for the spike to be planted by the Sova, who's escorting it. Velocity Gaming, last two members, Antidote and Amaterasu, they are rotating. Antidote's
Spike
gonna find a
planted.
kill onto Appa. This is
Get
down
out
to
of my
a
way.
2v3. The spike has been planted. What will Amaterasu do in this situation? And looks like a plan is about to roll out. And there it is. All the abilities are thrown out. Amaterasu is gonna get one. Juven takes down Antidote. It's down to the IGL. How is he going to face this 1v2 situation? Checking all angles. He could potentially be caught in the crossfire. Drops the seismic blast. Pushes Juven out. But he's got to watch his back because the last member is in A long. Now Amaterasu drops the fault line. He's gonna go for the pump fake on the defuse. Spots out one. There's the information. Amaterasu with patience. He's gonna spray, but slay them with respect. That Cypher is playing with time, and that is how you approach a post-plant situation. Very nicely done. That is slay them with respect with their first round. But damn, that was impressive by Amaterasu as well.
Taking map control is so important when you're going into those full plant scenarios. And of course, the Cypher taking that A-long angle furthest away from any of the other members. And Nepu playing it so perfectly. He went in for the jiggle peek at the very beginning, making sure his presence was known. And then going in for the wide swing just to force Amaterasu off that bomb. And so that he could gain some information himself as well while he was able to take the wallbang shots. Just made sure that Slay Them With Respect had the entire 100% of the chance to take away that round from the side of Velocity. Well played indeed. But Velocity, that retake was so beautiful, and if Amaterasu had just a little bit more time, it would have been the perfect execution. But at the very end of it all, it's gotta be Antidote going down onto this operator, and we know how scary he is when he does have that sniper rifle in hand. The Ultron has been used out from his side. Excalibur trying to go in for the shots, but Bondef comes out on top from his side. Amaterasu is able to kill Love, but Bondef with two. Hellfire going in for the B. He finds one onto the back end. He spots out the Sova. He's going in for the plays, but Sova does back out of the back corner. The neural theft has been used as well, and they know exactly where they are moving forward into this half. And they're slowly making their way towards B as the B side is empty.
Now a very offensive ultimate dropped by the Omen on the side of attack, and he is going to scout the B side. It is clear he's waiting for his teammates, but right to Ace, he has an idea. But Juven, really quick to pick his clone off. Now Velocity Gaming down to Hellfighter and Antidote. Juven is getting that plant off, securing the spike. Antidote with the AWP, huge investment. The spike is taking now, and the timer is against the side of defense. Slay them with respect. They have kind of figured out how they have to take the offensive approach towards Velocity Gaming, and Nepu gets the shot off of the Hellfighter. It's just Antidote, and I think he's gonna go for the save because it's well worth it. Antidote picks up the kill, but Appa does get the return, and that is well worth for Slay Them With Respect as they secure round number 2 for themselves. So, you know, most of the times when we are watching these matches, it takes a few rounds in the start for some teams to kind of get a feel and understand how their opponents are playing. And Slay Them With Respect, we can see that they do have the ability to analyze Velocity Gaming's movements, and now they are adapting. And to be able to get, you know, 2 rounds, it is really good for them. They're on the right track, but, you know, Velocity Gaming, they might just want to maintain that 2-round lead. Antidote, very aggressive. He is not happy with what happened before. He lost his AWP. He's going to pick up a kill onto Love. He spots one more, drop down to 51 HP, and he's just going to switch it up, make his way over to the mid area. Amaterasu, he knows something is going on.
He knows exactly where to go as well. Amaterasu sitting up onto this B side. He's gonna be looking to close it all out. They're gonna be putting on in, but it's gonna be Excalibur right to it. Hellfire coming in from the side. They are gonna be cleaning it up one after the next with the Hunter's Fury, with the rifles, with the headshots. Everything is coming down from the side of Velocity, but Amaterasu just baiting them all in. One coming from market, one coming from the back of side. He played it so well, and he played it exceptionally to the brink of perfection. Because, ladies and gentlemen, when you play against a team like this, You cannot force into a site without any forms of information, and Velocity punishing exactly that. And Say Them With Respect, they're on the back foot. They're on a 5-2 now, and it's just gonna get even harder.
Yeah, we do see the Slay Them With Respect struggling a little bit there with the frags, but that's gonna be Antidote X Cali. They both find kills, but Love returns the double, and that is massive to be able to make up for the loss on his team's side. Now, Slay Them With Respect with a slight disadvantage considering that Love is down to 49 HP.
Here, I got the spike.
They're still gonna approach it, and here's a little bit of a rotate, but Velocity Gaming, the anticipation is pretty on point because right to Ace and Amaterasu, they're moving over, they are on the B site, and they might just stop, Slay Them With Respect in their tracks, but Love might have just sniffed something out, something ain't right, and they're gonna play around the timer just a little bit more.
This is gonna be a push coming out from Amaterasu, slowly making his way towards his B main side. He already read their opponents, and we all know how good of a reader he is when it comes to these situations. But Love, he comes in massive with the headshots, but right to Ace. With that lineup kill, it's able to take out Nepu and Love, leaving Juve only on the back end. And he does get spotted out by the recon bull. They know exactly where he is, and they're just gonna be chilling it out. The spike is gonna get picked up by Juve, but he doesn't really have enough time to go onto the other side. He needs to try and break in immediately, ladies and gentlemen, but he's gonna get caught out. It's gonna be the contact taken by the Cypher. He tries to run back in, but right to Ace takes the peak perfectly off of his teammates' contact, and immediately is able to get that third kill. Another amazing round coming out from the side of Velocity.
I think what makes Velocity Gaming stand out so much is that even in really tough situations, you're still able to see every single member perform under that kind of pressure. And in this case, right to Ace picking up that double kill and, you know, just pulling it back, then finding this last kill, which is the triple. You know, if it's not right to Ace doing it, then it's probably going to be Antidote. If it's not Antidote, it's X-Cali. It's like every member of Velocity Gaming, they're able to carry their own weight because they're also mechanically gifted. And for Slay Them With Respect, I do feel that they can get to that point. And right now, they are relying on a lot of teamwork. And here is the attack from Slay Them With Respect, but X-Cali is going to mow two of them down. Juven with the Sheriff, and it proves to be very handy for him, but Hellfighter and Amaterasu, they're going to find a kill for themselves, and Bond F is the last man standing. 6 HP. You see the abilities being thrown out. He's going to drop the Hothead just to heal a little bit back up. Might want to find one more kill. No loop around. Velocity Gaming, they're all taking a chill on the A site, guarding that spike, playing it safe, but they might just send out a member to scout for Bond F. Now, the Owl drone might have just spotted him. The flash blinds Antidote, and he hops away. Not gonna take his life, but... Oh, Bond F! That was a what? Bond F! Okay, those were two really good shots with the Sheriff connecting it onto the head. Unfortunately, not enough to get a round win, but, you know, you gotta give credit where it's due. That was pretty sick, am I right, Aggressive?
Style points have to be awarded to Bond F to get those 2 kills off. Yes, it didn't really do a lot of impact, but it did do it in the long run. You got a bit more money in your own bank. You can buy a lot more of your abilities because Bond F initially, they have the losing streak, but having that extra money is not gonna hurt if one of your members are not able to buy in the coming rounds. And this is going to be a dangerous one indeed, because looking at the money coming out from the side of Slay Them With Respect, they don't have anything to work with other than Love having that 2100 to his name. So they need to play their cards correctly, otherwise this is going to be all over once again, because it's going to go to an 8-2 and then to a 9-2, because it's going to be another save round for their side. So Hellfighter, though, he gets spotted. Hellfighter spots out Love, and X-Cali is able to clean him up, uses the Paranoia to try and force him off with his B main angle, and there is no one going up on that side. But again, mid control is not being established from the side of Slay Them With Respect, and that's what's hurting them the most. They're trying to break down into a site, but then again, it's going to be an A push coming out from the side of Slay Them With Respect. But Amaterasu is waiting for the contact being made by Antidote. Then he's going to pull out the Rolling Thunder, and then the floodgates are going to be open for them to rush on straight in.
Indeed, you know, we can see that Breach and Jet are two very good agents to combo with. Now Antidote takes the opportunity with the Rolling Thunder to just reposition himself. Bon F is going to find right to Ace, and even playing field 4v4 situation. Bon
30
F with
seconds
the running
left.
back, and the Seismic Blast going to miss it by an inch. He is going to be taken out, but that ultimate does essentially keep him safe. Appa finds one. Hellfighter returns. There's going to be a double for Hellfighter coming in massive. And that's a triple for Hellfighter. Nebu's the last man standing. Will he find 4K? Antidote's going to yoink that kill right there. And that is going to be 8 rounds strong. Velocity Gaming with the 6th round lead over Slay Them with Respect. And we can see that, you know, the defense side for Velocity Gaming here on Ascent, that is where they are very much comfortable. And I think, you know, we can look at Velocity to continue performing at least on Ascent here when it comes to the defense. Slay Them with Respect. We always talk about magic number 4. Hopefully, you know, they can take the last couple of rounds and look for a comeback in the second half.
The 2 rounds that they need to win now is going to be the extremely crucial factor, because the way Velocity plays on the attacking half is going to be extremely difficult to go up against, because if you don't have those 2 rounds as a cushion, you will not know exactly how they play as a team on this map, because they have a lot of strategies. Ascent is one of those maps, when you have mid control, you can employ like 10 different strategies. Go through market, go through mid onto A, go through mid onto B. You can go into garden from there as well. All of these plays are going to be coming into fruition, and they need to try, and with those 2 rounds, you can use it as a cushion to understand what Velocity are going to be bringing down to the table. But from that last round, they need to try and bring it back. They are trying to go for mid control, and they lose. And they just gave up mid control once again. That is not how you play against Velocity. I know, I understand you want to stack up, but stacking up through mid is a better idea than trying to brute force through a site. They have a Sova, they have a Breeze, they have a lot of stopping power in their favor, and with all the information in the world going towards the side of Antidote, he's sitting in his Cloudburst and just waiting for his prey.
Antidote, I feel that he has progressively gotten way more aggressive. That's going to be Excali finding a kill. Love being able to pick up one of his own. Amaterasu returns that, and he might just push this dark cover, but is that going to be a smart choice? And it is, as he does take down Appa. 3v2. 14 seconds left on the clock. Slay Them with Respect, scrambling to get the spike planted. And Amaterasu is gonna catch Juven. Triple kill for him. And he's gotta reload, but right to Ace is there to chain Nepu down. And that is gonna be an easy defuse here. Velocity Gaming, they will maintain a huge lead. This is what I call dominance. You gotta call a spade for a spade.
Last round in the half.
Velocity Gaming, the way they execute a lot of these rounds, it's absolutely beautiful. And again, small mistakes coming out from the side of Slay Them with Respect. Every single time I see them go on this attack, they love to stack up, they love to rush a side together, but you need to gain map control. It is really important to gain map control over a team of Velocity's caliber. And Velocity, they are using that to their advantage. They have people swarming so many areas that even if you clear out one area, even if you get 2 kills, there's like 3 other guys sitting in 3 different places for you to check. And even if you kill one, there's like 2 others who can peek you and clean up your entire team when you're stacked up like that. All of those factors are going to be coming into play. There's going to be Amaterasu going in for the sneaky plays, but he gets stacked down to 9 HP and he needs to back off, but the damage is already done. One member has gone down for the side of Slay Them with Respect, and they're going to be in a pretty bad scenario.
Cover going out.
Velocity Gaming. Amaterasu on a tick of health. Not much to worry about. He can play from behind, considering that I do think he still has some of his abilities up. Excali here just waiting patiently on a short. And it's almost like the instincts of Velocity Gaming, the ability to get information, is pretty on point. Now, it's almost like they are controlling the attack from the side of defense, if you know what I mean, because they're able to stop Slay Them with Respect dead in their tracks. Now, Excali does get a bit of information, and that is a flash coming in from Amaterasu to assist Excali with that 3K. Impressive, and it's something we don't see very often. Hellfighter wraps that up, double digits for Velocity Gaming. And if anything, I think most competitive teams gotta take note that comboing your abilities and assisting your teammates. This is why Valorant is a 5-man game. It's not a solo game. It's not just for one person or two. It's for 5. And, you know, all the kits are so diverse. You gotta work your way around it. And this lineup here from Velocity Gaming, it is pretty solid. They often run it, with the exception of, you know, X-Cali and Right to Ace kind of swapping in and out. At times Amaterasu as well, but looking here at the scoreboard, 14 kills, that's the IGL for you, stepping up this time. And this is what I mean. We rarely see Velocity Gaming at the top of the MVP board, solely because everyone in Velocity gets an MVP at some point. So it's really hard to consistently rake it up because you ultimately got to be a star player to get MVPs time and time again. But because everybody's just so proficient on the side of Velocity Gaming, it's pretty hard to rake them up.
We will never really know who's gonna take that top spot. Sometimes it's Hellfire, sometimes it's Antidote, sometimes it's Excali, sometimes it's Amaterasu, and sometimes it's Right to Ace. All of these players are just so good, just as you said, they bring so much down to the table as well. But at the same time, slay them with respect. They have so much potential in them, but seemingly they're getting crushed under the pressure. And with a fast rush coming out from the side of Velocity, they are scared and quaking in their boots. The same kind of strategies that Slay Them With Respect were trying to do, but they were too scared to execute it, and that is what hurt them the most. It's gonna be Appa getting tagged out by the Cypher camera, so they know exactly where Appa is as of right now. Bondef and Appa, these are the two friends trying to move it up, but Excali, he's in such a position that he can go in for the peak. He knows exactly where they are, but it's gonna be a flag coming in from the back end and from the front as well.
And that is the pistol round of the second half. And we can see that Slay Them With Respect is having a pretty rough time as Velocity Gaming came in very dominant there on the B side, took it over, planted the spike, and, you know, it was rough for the defenders to kind of find a way back. But if anything, Slay Them With Respect, they gotta pull off a thrifty round here in the next one. So, you know, just so they have a little bit of breathing space if they are looking to come back. I never rule out the possibility. Velocity Gaming, man oh man, 9 rounds in the lead. And this is them coming back into the competition, showing that, you know, we may have taken a break, but it's not going to affect us much differently. We're still going to trade just as hard. We're going to pull off plays. And Antidote catches Love in the back of the head and fires away. Bonef and Nebu, they're falling. This might just be match point for Velocity Gaming as we see Slay Them With Respect kind of shake and the pressure is too much. Right to Ace is going to end that off. Match point for Velocity Gaming. They are looking to close this quarterfinals out and put Slay Them With Respect in the lower bracket.
Play them with respect. I understand that was a play that you needed to do, but at the same time, you should have stood your ground. You should have gone in for the trade kills. I'm very sure that Love would have been able to get that one kill off onto Antidote at the bare minimum before going down to Excali. Or maybe Bondef could have gotten that kill off onto his angle as well. And Velocity, the fear factor in this matchup is getting to the heads of Slay Them With Respect, and they're not really able to take a lot of these fights. I understand they're extremely mechanically talented, but you are mechanically talented as well. You can take a lot of these fights, but the fast push is already coming out from the side of Velocity. But Nepu, he's answering back with his own 3K from his side. He doesn't have the bullets, but he goes in for the reload. But Amaterasu comes in with the Spectre to clean up the last remaining member, making it 2 versus 3 for the side of Velocity to try and close this one out. But the spam is coming through to the mid-market. The bomb has not yet gone down. It's gonna be Amaterasu using the spike plant. Some cover, but it's already gone down. Default plant does go through, but Hellfighter, he knows with the camera placement of where they could be. One pushing up through the speedway. It's gonna be one coming on the two coming on the right, one coming on the left. But Hellfighter, he knows exactly that one guy is gonna be on the back angle, but Bondep, he's able to get that kill up onto Hellfighter, and Appa and Love comes in from the right hand speedway to take out Amaterasu. And with their dying breaths, they're able to take one more round off the board. And this is the Slay Them With Respect that I want to see. Not being afraid, playing as a team, playing for the trades. And that is how you combat Velocity Gaming.
Yeah, sometimes we see, you know, when it's hanging by a thread, teams just go all out. They're not going to overthink it. And half the time, it does work in their favor. You just got to take that kind of mindset and fine-tune it to form your strategy. That is exactly what it is. But pressure does get to you. It is incredibly hard to perform under pressure. And I do think that Velocity Gaming, looking at their members, they do have more experience. So, it is translating. And Love there on the Jet, he's going to get a kill. Antidote returns it. And this is a 4v4. Slay them with respect. They don't want to go down without a fight. Bonf is going to find a kill. And the remaining members, Amaterasu, got to retrieve that spike. He's firing away, but the running back keeps Bonf safe once again. Amaterasu, he is going to make his way onto site. And Excali, he's going to find a double. Down to a 2v2. Excali, he spots one out. And
oh my god!
Amaterasu finds Juven, but Amaterasu saved Excali's life there. That was a little bit ballsy, and Excali wraps that up with 3 kills. Velocity Gaming, they make their way over to the semifinals in the upper bracket. How could you end the round like that, Excali? Thank goodness for Amaterasu.
That is what you call casual toxicity between friends coming out on that side. But still, that was a good play coming out from the side of Amaterasu to use that Rolling Thunder to close up where Juven would be. And with the last remaining rounds, it is going to be going off. 2-0 is the set this time around, ladies and gentlemen. And it's going to be Velocity moving forward into the upper brackets and Slay Them With Respect going down into the lower brackets. But I have to say, good job, Slay Them With Respect. You tried your hardest when it came to the first map. Under the pressure and under the overwhelming force that is Velocity Gaming, you did get a bit flustered, but in a lot of the rounds, you have shown amazing brilliance.
Indeed. All right, we're going to talk more about what went down in this best of 3 between Slay Them With Respect and Velocity Gaming by moving into Relive the Moment, brought to you by Ideapad Gaming 3 notebook powered by 4000 series Ryzen processors, perfect for gaming and multitasking. So, on the topic of Slay Them With Respect, we saw a very strong fight in Map 1. In Map 2, where Ascent is usually the playground of Velocity Gaming, we did see, they kind of struggled, they kind of faltered. But I will put out there that Bond F and Love kind of exceeded the expectations that I had for them as duelists. I did like their approach. I could see that they did have really decent mechanical skill. I do think that Slay Them With Respect, with a little bit more time and practice as a team with the roster, they could go to further places. And the fact that they even made it up to quarterfinals, being in the top 8, is already very commendable. So, props to Slay Them With Respect. But let's shift the attention over to our winners, Velocity Gaming, making it over to the semifinals. They are back in business. They're back in Series 4. They look stronger than ever. Every player had their moment. Antidote was crazily aggressive. Excali picking up multiple kills, and that knife thing he tried to do in the end. Man, oh man, and Amaterasu just stepping in, being like, hey, I'm the leader, I got you. You shouldn't be doing that. I knew you were gonna mess up. That kind of thing. So Amaterasu also in very high pressure situations, showing they can keep a cool and calm head. Right to ace, deserving the right to clutch name. And Hellfighter just fitting in so nicely, like a puzzle piece. Originally not there, but he's the right shape. He's gonna fit. So Velocity Gaming, good job here, and I'm definitely looking forward to more matches with them in it. So what are your afterthoughts here, Aggressive?
Velocity is just velocity. I cannot really give you guys any advice, but for the side of Slay Them With Respect, I can give you some encouraging words. Your team, they have so much potential in them that I will say that just honing out the potential, grinding up the last few bits, and working on your own confidence is going to make you one of the best teams in our entire region if you are still continuing to work together as a team. No roster changes required. No, nothing is required. Just play as a team. Make sure you are confident in your own abilities and you can move forward very far.
All right, so once again, congratulations to Velocity Gaming for making it over to the semifinals. Remember, guys, this is a double elimination, so this is not the last time that you will see Slay Them With Respect. They have moved over to the lower brackets where they can still fight their way to the top. So do cheer them on. Make sure that, You're supporting them by liking, subscribing, and clicking that bell icon so you get notifications whenever we are live. This also brings us to the end of the upper bracket in the quarterfinals. And from tomorrow onwards, we will be streaming the lower bracket of the quarterfinals. So all of you should be there. I hope to see you guys. Remember, we also have a massive sale on LG monitors. Links are in the description. We also have links to our social media right there where you can get updates on the entire course of the tournament. Thank you so much for joining us. My name is Apollonia, and I was your host and caster. Joining me, it was aggressive. You were great, caster and analyst. This is the LG Ultragear TEC Challenger Series 4, powered by Ideapad Gaming and AMD. We have ACT as our fiber partner and AFK Gaming as our media partner. So until tomorrow, we hope to see you guys. Take care, good night, and happy gaming.
I'm running out of time, every day goes by so fast. And every moment counts, baby, I don't wanna miss a thing. We can sleep under the stars, we can sleep under the stars, or hang out in hotel bars, driving somewhere in your car. We can sleep under the stars, we can sleep under the stars, under the stars. Let's make the most of this night. Come on, baby, take my hand. And we don't need to do the things we don't want to do.